Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Hey, we're going to talk about Europe. Europe announced their 40th anniversary European tour for the fall of 2023. Great band here, man. The 80s, they put out a lot of hits back in the 80s. Real popular band. I really liked them. A little different music than the 80s other metal, from Poison to Crew, to Def Leppard. They kind of stand out on their own a little bit there. They had them big old hits, The Final Countdown, for one, Rock the Night, Carrie. My favorite, Superstitious. I tell you, what a great song that is. If you get a chance to listen to that, and you younger folk, like I say, Spotify Europe, let us know what you think of this 80s hair metal band. Give us your opinions, and give us your thoughts. And hey, and if you're over there in Europe, buy your tickets to the 40th anniversary tour. That'll be it for this round of Metalhead Nation Garage. We'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hey, we're going to talk about a little Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose, he appeared at Lisa Marie Presley funeral memorial the other day. He actually, along with many rockers that made it to that memorial, and he actually performed on it, November Rain. But they was interviewed him after the show, and I guess real good friends with Lisa Marie, I guess, and she's real good friends with a lot of rockers. But she had supposedly, according to Axl Rose, requested him to, talk at the funeral and perform a song. So he did perform again, November Rain, for that. And he said he was really nervous, at doing it and talking about it, and just and the feeling of her death, was overwhelming to him. And of course, and to everybody else that was there, it's a bad tragedy. It's a bad story, with Lisa Marie Presley. But hey, that'll be it for this episode of Metalhead Nation Garage. Remember, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, we're going to talk about Judas Priest. Rob Halford making rounds on interviews this last couple days, talking about a new album that it's going to be arriving in 2024. I was doing this, looking at the research and everything, and just couldn't believe. Their last album was in 2018, Firepower. And actually went number one for them, their first number one album. But golly, you go to 2024, you're talking 6 years. Wow. So that's a long time in between albums. But they sure have been hitting the road every year, that's for sure. They've been out there touring hundreds of shows, if not 200 shows a year. They just coming off that Rock Hall of Fame concert, and and been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So good vibes coming from it. Rob said the music's done. The band's waiting on him. He said he just has to take his time. He said it's a fabulous album. The music is great. He has to just take time, go through it, and make sure what he writes relates to the music. So sounds like we're waiting on him. He's got to get creative here. Maybe he has to listen to it several times. I don't know. But looking forward to that. But 2024, boy, that's a long time. But that'll be it for this episode of Metalhead Nation Garage. Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Hey, we're going to talk about Anvil today. Anvil announced a spring 2023 U.S. tour. And they began pre-production on their new album. So they released the dates here. It starts in March, carries on through May. So pretty big tour, small venues, of course. If you're a big Anvil fan, you'll be glad to hear this. And talking about that new album, which is pretty cool, they have, as they put it, 13 smashing hits. So the Canadian metal band, they're working on that new album, should have it out right around the time, hopefully, that the first month of the tour starts. So again, Anvil announced a big U.S. spring tour. So if you're a big Anvil fan, get your tickets now. Hey, we'll see you next time on Metalhead Nation Garage. Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, in this latest episode, we're going to talk about Pantera. They made the news today over in Germany. They was removed from 2 festivals that would be happening later on this year. Rock AM and Rock in the Park. They removed him because Phil, the lead singer, back in 2016, he was doing a tour, and it was like a dime bash event. It was he was performing, paying tribute to late guitarist Dimebag Daryl Abbott of Pantera. But at that concert, he gave a Nazi style salute and started chanting white power. So kind of bad news on that event for Phil. But anyways, they cut Pantera off the 2 tours for the festivals going on later this year. Hey, we'll see what happens here. What kind of feedback they may get back on that. I don't know. It doesn't sound really good, but that could be... that's Phil, I think, too. You never know what you get with him, right? Depending on what substance he's on. So, if you had tickets to it, you might be a little teed off about it. But that'll be the latest rock news here today. We'll see you on Metalhead Nation Garage.
Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. Hey, I'm Chris, your host. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we're going to get back on talking about Pantera. I released a video a couple days ago talking about Pantera, how they was canceled a couple concerts. Actually, the promoters canceled them off their festivals, and another one's coming, another cancel in Austria. I mean, this news is getting worse and worse by the day. Phil, the lead singer, he was made some racist comments back on a 2016 festival that he did honoring Dimebag. This news is running rampant through Europe. Like I said, this would be the 3rd show that they was canceled off of. And who knows what else is coming. I'm sure the news is it's already across the pond. So I don't know what this gonna come out from it, but it isn't good for Pantera. It might just be the end of this new insertion of Pantera. But hey, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I mean, we knew this lead singer, and we knew Phil. He was an issue back in the day, as you know. They really didn't get along and things, and whatever happened. I mean, a lot of you, I know, have comments about that. And have posted on the other videos about back in the day how he acted and what he was doing and things of that sort. So that the past has come to haunt him a little bit on this new Pantera tour. But hey, give me your comments, and let me know, what do you think about this? Is this going to snowball into more cancellations of concerts? Kind of looks so in Europe. I don't know what it's going to bring to the States. And what's Metallica going to do? They have them opening up for them on their stadium tour. So is Metallica going to be pressured to get them off? Man, they may. And one thing Metallica will do, though, if the pressure comes, I look for that to happen. We'll see. Hey, we'll see you next time on the episode of Metal Nation Garage. Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to talk about Foreigner's final tour, going out on their farewell tour this year and next year. Kelly Hansen was talking about a little bit of the Foreigner tour and how they've been doing it off and on for years here, and and talk about how hard it is to sing in Foreigner songs. I know him and their original singer has been going back and forth, Lou Gramm, in the news. Lou don't like him singing the songs or and things of that sort, but he just talks about how high it is, how he has to keep his voice in tune, and do his things, drink tea, whatever, and do his things to keep his vocals cords ready for this for the tour, night in and night out. I mean, Lou Gramm, it's hard to follow. He does sing really high, has them high notes, and but I think Kelly does a great job of it. I don't think he has tainted that music. Today's, and he's there, night in and night out. I've told you before, I like how they sponsor local kid groups and choirs locally, invite them to the show, whatever city they're in, to come up and perform with them on one song. Want to know what love is? They do that. They don't only do that. They support local hospitals in each city. They'll have a CD. They'll have a guitar that's signed, and you buy it, and all proceeds goes to that charity, to that hospital, whatever it is in each city. I mean, you can't beat that. But they are, like I said, going on that farewell tour. Loverboy will open up for them, which was a good band back in the day. They had a slew of hits in the 80s. But get out and get your tickets and see this last farewell tour for Foreigner. And we'll see you next time on Metalhead Nation Garage. Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, we're going to talk about a little bit about Def Leppard today. They are, going on tour, right? Of course, and they are. Joe Elliott has guest starred on a new single by Ghost, one of Def Leppard's band song, Spillways. Ghost has made a big Grammy Award winner. Are you a big fan of Ghost? Leave us a comment. It's a metal band out of Sweden, and they're doing Spillways, and Joe Elliott guest on it. It's out now. Spotify it. Tell us what you think about it in the comments. It's kind of cool. I don't mind these collaborations. It's really good. It gives a new spin on some of the older songs of classic rock and or metal, and have the newer bands perform them. It's kind of cool. So just tells you who they was influenced by. Ghost was, as they talk about. Def Leppard was one of their inspirations on some of their previous albums, and of course, and this is a payback to do Spillways. But hey, let us know on your comments here if you like them, if you don't, and hey, did you get your tickets yet for the upcoming tour of Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and Alice Cooper, that stadium tour that's happened later this year in the States? And hey, we'll see you next time on Metalhead Nation Garage. Hey, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hello, welcome back to Metalhead Nation Garage. I'm Chris, your host. Hey, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Hey, we're going to talk about a little bit about Ticketmaster on this episode. Any members having any problems with Ticketmaster? Are you liking them? Do you like the high prices they're charging? Do you like that they have the monopoly on the concert ticket sales? throughout the country, throughout the world, probably. But we know they do in the States. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. They're making the news. They're up at Washington, D.C., getting grilled over some of their policies and the way they sell tickets. But we can go back into the 90s. Remember in 1992, Pearl Jam? Actually, Pearl Jam fought them for years, a couple years in the 90s. So, we start out in 1992. They went to play a Labor Day concert for free to 30,000 fans of our hometown. And Ticketmaster back then in 1992 sought to receive $1 per ticket. So I mean, it's kind of crazy how that is. Then they fought them for years. I'm telling you, in 1994, Pearl Jam canceled a tour because of Ticketmaster's policies. How they thought they cheating the fans, cheating the band. 95 again, fighting. Ticketmaster. But then we come to the Taylor Swift scandal, where people couldn't get tickets. A lot of people left out. Ticketmaster blamed the bots right now, shutting down their computers and everything, where people couldn't get on, crashing their computer systems. Then you talk about the Springsteen, how much tickets was going. What was it, $5,000-$6,000 a ticket for Springsteen, which he really never came out and said anything. So he really didn't care that his fans was paying that much money. As long as he was getting paid, I guess, maybe, I don't know. But there is people who fight Ticketmaster back, but they don't seem to win, and it seems to harm them. So I don't know. What's your thoughts, members? Give us comments down there. What do you think about this Ticketmaster incident today, in years past, what you have done through the years? And that'll be this episode of Metalhead Nation Garage.